Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Minecraft. Today we are back here in our Building with Whip survival world. We are working on the docks yet again today, and I have some very special plans for that. But first, last episode, we came through here and built up our potion cellar, apothecary shop, and added in a bunch of little details like a beetroot field right back here in the area, a custom tree, all these cool bits, including a little bit of an interior here in the front as well. I know we have the ability to do these, we just kind of choose not to for now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I had a lot of fun with that build. It was super cool seeing this area coming together and approaching it with a much more natural fantasy-ish vibe. There's a very lush little garden up here where the apothecary potion creator dude would be able to grow all his rare herbs and substances that he'd be using to make the potions. And with that, that brings me into what we're going to be doing today. We have all the rest of these buildings over here. We got that guy. We got a little boat area right here, the boat building section right there to build up, which is going to be for like rowboats and things like that, and a big crane right here that'll lift them up and throw them down there into the water, as well as two more buildings over here. Then we got the guys over in this way right there, that big one right there. So we have quite a few buildings left to do in this area, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 if we're including this as a building itself. But today I want to take a break from building up the buildings because we've done 3 of those back to back already, and that's been a lot of building so far. And today I want to work on constructing up a diagonal boat. I said diagonal boat. I hate building boats. I've never been good at it, but I think one thing in Minecraft that I've learned to do pretty well is building on angles. And one thing I think we can bring into this area and make a boat look half decent, and then it'll look impressive because it's on a diagonal, is by making it angular. So coming right through this area, I want to, in this end, build up a boat. One thing I do need to do here first to get us started here is tear down this area a little bit more. I did throw a conduit over in that guy right there, so we have all of those effects down in here, so we'll have some good visibility and all that stuff. So I'll tell you guys what, let me get this area prepped up here a little bit. Then I'm thinking I might meet you guys over in a creative test world. We can plan the general shape of this guy out here, and then we can get some building going on. Inside of our survival world, I went ahead and sketched out this line just so we had something to go off of here. This is basically going right along the edge of the water itself, of the dock itself, like 4 or 5 blocks out. So I believe we have about this much space to be able to bring in some sort of a boat. Let's bring you out like this, and I think we can do like that right there. That should be pretty good to be able to make this guy a little bit longer, a little bit wider, so we have something better to work with. If not, I can simply move it over a little bit more. But I was thinking something right there could be a pretty good width-wise for our boat. I want to make this guy pretty flat along the bottom, so we can easily get a lot of detail bits into it. Overall, I have no idea how the actual shape of this thing's gonna be going. A little bit of a tip for how I build boats in like test worlds and things like that is I take some blue wool and I just create a straight line of that, and that is exactly where our water line is gonna be, so that we can more easily envision this inside of the world itself, inside of the world that we're gonna be building it in. So it makes a little bit more sense for us to take a look into here. That being said, I did want to start bringing in some stairs and slabs and seeing what we can do here to make things a little bit more interesting. If we did that, that's actually okay. I kind of like that. I think we could do that. But overall, I'm thinking that we probably want to build up, actually we probably need to build up both sides of this because that's not going to be quite unique in here. I don't really know too much about how it's going to look so far. I'm thinking this guy right here, we probably want to do something like this. Right, like actually that would make it a little skinnier. Let's do that one. So then we bring you out here and basically step this up one at a time. And that should help us to narrow this out along the bottom. And what I'm thinking is basically right here, these will start connecting along the tops. So we get some good area for our the top of the boat to go as well. And then that will allow us to start bringing everything in here to, I'm trying to think of ways that we can merge this all in together, because this isn't going to be the top of the boat. This is basically just the bottom area where the bottom of the hole is going to be for everything underwater. So we might actually want to make this a little skinnier. I'll mess around with this guy a little bit more here, because basically this thing is supposed to be connecting in right to here. So that's actually not bad. Maybe we actually do you right like there. No, I don't like that. Maybe to there. That's okay. I could work with that. Something right like that could work out pretty well. Then here we could do something along the lines of this. That's, I don't like that angle. I do not like that angle at all. Maybe a little bit more something right like that. And then we bring this one all around. So this diagonal boat is going to look really interesting here because we have that shape for a boat right there. That's probably not the best. We probably want to have both these sides being even. Otherwise, that's going to look really derpy. Let me mess around with the bottom shape of the hole here, and I'll be back with y'all. To make sure this video is under 3 hours long, I decided to cut out the random mumbling, so let's jump into the end product here. For the first time in a very long time, I can successfully say that I've built a boat that I like. And of course, this boat is a frickin' diagonal boat. Guys, oh my gosh, this looks, from back here, very much looks like a boat. Look at that, that's perfect. Maybe not perfect, but you know, it's enough that we can work with this one. I will say though that I did end up wanting to drop the water line down a block so that we can have that a little bit more accessible to us. And as we're working our way around here, I have not done this backside yet because I want to be able to peer into it a little bit. I'm going to grab a few screenshots and then we're going to move over into time-lapse mode in the other side. But it's looking pretty good. We got this guy built up here, comes back down, drops down this way a little bit, and comes back up right here. We're not going to have that whole big upper standing area here in the back. It's most likely going to be a floor that is, let's get some oak. I think we're going to use oak floor in here, or oak planks as the flooring, and we're basically just going to bring these guys all the way across, going around like this, just to get some bit of a floorboard down on here. And then we'll have maybe this area be like a block or two raised up. Maybe in the back we'll have it coming up to like right here, about is my general thought behind it. So we'll have a little bit of a sway to it on the inside as well, and then this can come up to maybe right here. We'll have a very brief one in the top, and imagine that being some oak slabs right there, and we'll do that. But that's the general plan for it. I think it is time for me to take a few screenshots of this guy so I can have a general idea of what I'm looking at once we get in there. And then I'm thinking we kick this off into time-lapse mode, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Starting out here with the hull of the boat, just so we can get that general shape in here, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about how we're making the design for this and how everything here is working out. Because I know inside that testing world, I just kind of got the idea and then we're gonna jump in here and build it. But today you can see that we're making a little bit of a skeleton here. This is generally how I think about building boats, is I try and get that central line of where the shape of the hull would go. So going along the bottom and then along the two outside, the left and the right sides of it, just so you can have that general loop going around it. Then we fill it in, make it a little bit more full as we add in a bit of a skeleton, like creating a rib cage is what I give an example of there, would be the best way I can describe it. Then after that, we come back through here and just slowly just fill in those little parts in between each one of the ribs, and then you get everything filled in. Now granted, we're way far ahead of that now here in the video, but you can see that we went ahead and brought in some sand here to quickly empty it out because I have no sponges to my name really in this world. Then quickly bringing in the spruce wood up on the side so we have that color transition moving from the birch wood up to the spruce wood, so it looks like the birch wood is symbolizing the part of the boat when it's full would be sitting in the water that deep. Then we come up here and we're adding in a oak wood floor to it. Again, just getting another variant of wood so we get a little bit more variety in here. Adding a little bit of an office area in the back there. Then that actually gives us space to create a way for people to get down underneath into the base of the hole through that little office area, which I thought fit in there really, really well. We're going to be doing a few of these time-lapse like overview cinematic shots right here throughout, just so you guys can get a bit of an update here. But now the base of the hole is in here using dark oak trapdoors, some buttons, some birch, and some spruce wood. It looks pretty good. As we were working throughout the boat, I realized there was a part of it that I really didn't enjoy, and I didn't enjoy how the back of it was looking here. So I decided to extend this bit up here along the back a little bit more, give ourselves a little bit more depth. Then we're bringing in some gray stained glass right in there so we can add a few little windows across to the back office, the cabin space inside the boat, so they can view out a little bit more, making this area a little bit more angular. And a good thing that I found when building boats is if you use an upside down stair and a regular stair pointing in the same direction, it can actually help to round things out. So it's a good idea to use that when you're going throughout, but a little extra detail added in there. Now for the important part of boats that I find very, very difficult, we're going to be building the sails here. What I tried to do with this bigger one that we're working on right there is I brought it up, I think about 7 blocks, and then we're using some half slabs to take that out and just make this pattern for where our sails are going to rest. And then we're making 3 different masts across the back of this guy using a dolphin fin or a tail fin or something there on the back, so we can have a big one along the back as well. And we're using red and white wool for this one, just as a general idea of how things are going to be looking. Bringing in a ladder up here so somebody can get up to that crow's nest area to have it just a little bit of extra life in here and a little bit of extra depth to it. Then bringing in this front one, we're going to have 2 sections on here, I believe, maybe a third. I can't remember. Nope, just 2. And on this guy, we're bringing up a line here of wool going from the front of the boat to the top of this front one, so we can again have another sail bit in there, which will look pretty cool. We'll come back and thicken that one up there a bit more. And also, because we are in dock here, we want to make sure that all these sails are rolled up. We don't want them down there carrying the wind, because that would just fire the boat forward straight into the dock itself. So we want to make sure they look like they're rolled up, or at least a little bit more on the side of being rolled up than anything else. Then coming along here on the back, I want to start bringing in a few little spruce fence lines to connect everything from the sails down to basically where if we unfurled the sails, that's where they would connect down into to catch the wind and all that good stuff, and use those bits to move around, making it look like some ropes or something like that. I wish we had ropes in the game, but we're bringing in rolled up sails on each one of these single levels, and it's looking pretty good. We'll get a few better shots of this going throughout as we look throughout it, but I really like this one. I think it came out really solid. The front sail here, that diagonal line is a little rough for me, the angled line, but overall I think this guy looks pretty good. You can see that back tail fin right there of another mast that we have that would be able to basically be something for quickly turning, similar to how we have that front one. Then we have the 5 in the middle that are kind of, those two are at the same height. The front one I tried having a half slab lower or a full block lower than the other one, just so we have a little bit more variety to it, going through the old sail of the old ship right here. But this one turned out pretty cool. I like the general idea behind this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one as well. We do have a few extra smaller details we're adding in here to make sure the boat looks like people live on it, and make sure that it's here for a reason, dropping off some cargo or other things like that. So for the final part of it, let's get into it. Moving into decorating the boat itself, we want to add in some crates, some chests, some crafting tables, just other bits along here. You can see that I'm also bringing in a few more little bits of spruce around to help round out the whole shape of the boat a little bit more, bringing in a few trapdoors all over the place. This gives you a good glimpse and idea of where we are taking all of the different buttons and dark oak trapdoors and dark oak little bits we were adding in here. I thought it worked out pretty well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one, but you can see that we just added all those objects into the top of the boat there, and it just looked like there's more things going on the boat than it just being an empty boat at dock here. So I really want to add in those guys. We did add in a little staircase over on the other side that we'll check out here more in game than we were doing on this one. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, more of a tutorial style time lapse. Let me know what you thought about that though. But I think it's about time that we jump into the world. So we got to do some more stuff around this area. Let me know what other things we should be adding in here, what other types of boats and all those things. But let's jump back on into the world. Welcome on back to survival mode. Oh my gosh, guys, that was a crazy time lapse. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that one. It was fun approaching it with more of a tutorial standpoint, so if you guys did enjoy that one, be sure to let me know down in the comments. And I'm realizing now that I'm missing a few of these oak buttons dotted around here, so I decided at the end to come in and add them on to the end of these bits here, just to get ourselves a little bit extra detail. Let's see if we can't nab that guy right in there. Cool, we did. And then the gangplank walkway to get onto the boat, I literally just created this guy right here. And I figured these dark oak trapdoors we have up here could be something that could just like fold down as a way people could get on and off of the boat. So if we wanted to, we could establish another one right back in here, but we have the crates piled up, so that's not a huge worry of mine. Then beyond what I wanted to do today was I wanted to make this frontal area right here going along this whole bit, kind of surrounding around these guys, looking a little bit better than it does currently. Basically bringing some stone brick slabs, making this area look a little bit nicer. I thought you guys would like to see the results of the boat so far. I had so much fun on this one. It's really cool seeing all of the bits and bobs coming in together here. It's really cool walking around this guy. I'm really happy with it, if you guys can't tell. Coming in here though, just to quickly show you the interior bits. I don't know if we can we can get rid of that one now. So that's good. So we got 3 little windows in here. So we have a little bit of a area for the captain to stand in. And then coming down here, you can actually get down into the bottom of the boat. So we do have some area down here for the bottom of the boat. I guess you could sit, I don't know what it would be. And there's some water coming in. Not very good. And yeah, so it's not very mob proof or anything down here. It's a little bit of a mess. I'm not really sure what's going on down here versus what we need to keep versus what we can get rid of. Like that we probably need to keep, but I think we could, nope, we want to keep that. We'll come back to this guy down here later probably and figure out what we want to do to make this look all nice and cool and stuff. But right now, I am super happy with this one, so we can probably knock this one off our list for now. So call that a project well done for the next little bit. Coming in here though, I did want to quickly dot around this area, adding in a few bits of detail to it, just with some different types of stone brick, some cracks, some mossy, all that good stuff. I only have 6 mossy stone brick to my name right now, or at least that I was aware of inside of that shulker box, so I'm gonna have to go find some more of this stuff just to make sure this area looks really green and really grimy with all of that sea algae. But we do have those cracked stone bricks, which we can throw in here as well. Hopefully this will turn the area to be looking pretty cool. Let me get this stuff added in and I'll be back with y'all. For better or for worse, I have completely run out of time for this episode. Building up that boat took me quite a few hours, getting a good idea for how the shape of the hull is going to work and everything else for it. So I am completely out of time for this episode. So we are going to be finishing this one off for a bit of a quicker Building with Whip episode this week, but hopefully you guys did enjoy it. That being said, we did come through here, as you guys are all aware, and we built up this awesome diagonal angular boat here, which was so cool to build. I had so much fun working on it. Hope that you guys did enjoy this one. Beyond that, I came through here at the end and brought in the road leading out to this way. Got a little bit of stone brick placed around this guy with some cracked stone brick in there. So I think soon we'll be coming in here and building up that lift of sorts, and then whatever else is going to be going in this area for making it look like we can build some small boats. And I also brought the road in coming around this way so we could just get a little bit of extra detail added in this area, slowly chunking away at everything we got going on here. This guy, however, is looking pretty full of storage and crates and all that good stuff along the base here. A tip for you guys if you're ever building docks to make them look a little bit more interesting. Now that we have them, throw some spruce trapdoors into the floor if you're using spruce wood. It actually helps it out a bunch. One quick little bit of detail I wanted to add into here was that is not going to work at all. Just kidding. I was going to say one quick bit of detail I want to add in here was just adding in stuff like that, but I think we'll go ahead and just throw in some slabs right there. Actually, maybe we could bring in those stairs again and throw them out right like this, so it creates a little bit of a knob right there. Yeah, I like that. We'll keep that as is. Maybe we bring you up like that. Ooh, perfect. I like that. Great. Okay, comment or question of the day. Today, this one is coming in from Harold Harkold. I can never say his name right. And this is going off of what we were talking about previously, 2 episodes back in what should we do as like a little break episode here and there. So he's saying a boat and mountain building seems like a good break, good 1 episode break. However, why don't you use the poll that YouTube provides to get answers more clearly? So good thing we built in the boat, because that seemed like that was one of the top options from what everybody else was saying. But for today's episode, I would like to actually throw that poll back at you guys again and actually use the poll feature within YouTube at this time, because I have a few ideas for things I'd like to do. But anyways, I'm going to throw up a poll on the screen here, and if I don't, somebody please yell at me a bunch down in the comments below. I'll be trying to watch out for those guys. But anyways, the 4 choices for break episode projects to take a break from working in the little dock area right here would be going up to the custom mountain range, building up a custom forest area outside of the city itself. I'm thinking a big old time lapse would be cool for that one. So that would be over redoing the forest right throughout this area right there to make sure it actually looks nice. Number 3 would be headed back over to our desert city of Papyrus, way off in that direction. That'd be the spawn city that we built on this world. That was the first place we came to the world here 180 episodes ago. And then number 4 is building up more boats like this guy throughout this area. We got all those little boat slips over there that we got to be filling in. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. And I will catch you on the flip side.